gathering city meta invasions. Never a lack of jolly cooperators to smash. Now some phantoms are worse than even the least capable ones. But some of them break this narrative by being incredibly amusing. Take this canary here, this sunny sunbro aptly and quite ironically named Birdie, as an example. As this is one of my favorite things to do here, namely bait players to jump down after me. And today we convinced this birdie to take flight. Lovely jubbly. Really, you'd be surprised how many players fall for this bait. Quite handily, the verticality along with the pun working as intended. So now we are down to the host and his one remaining faithful companion, yet the baby blender hardly does vain. Come on then warriors, come out and play. I want you to meet my most fickle of friends, an entire school of harrowing heralds. And like always, we are simply borrowing this playground steeped in a slow of numerous steps for not more than a brief time away from when the heralds return. This is indeed and will always only be the herald's domain, solely and quite literally the mighty herald stomping grounds. And so the last of the Mohicans, the last remaining phantom, proves not to be as faithful as he quits the program. He runs along chasing heralds, leaving me to some quality alone time with the fearless baby host. Of course I make the most of it while exuding not much more than minimal effort, all the while snatching maximum style points. That's just how I fly. Yet another notable phantom here, full of piss and vinegar. Yes, he had it all. He was deeply doused with tears of denial. Blessed with an impeccable parry with prowess. Talented, wielding a straight sword with complete mastery of the many R1's true combo, and infused to the core with a questionable connection. But all good things come to an end, if so only briefly, as he rose again like a floundering phoenix, resummoned to aptly dust off and douse himself back into full contention. And unsurprisingly, amid gobs of other invaders this time around, he was most keen to focus all of his incursions directly at my well-being. Big mistake. And once again, in a most uncommon yet accurate depiction, using the incredibly suitable expression, I walked all over him. And how's this for a harrowing phantom hero, steeped in heatfully honed hubris as an over-leveled red recruit? A thing of stomach-churning, unadulterated nightmares. I was completely shivering since the moment I laid my eyes on this dread-inducing monstrosity. Dare I entertain even a faltering idea of confronting this titan made of sheer most corpulent terror? Thus, if I was to stand any chance, there was but one thing and one thing only, that's right, the world-beating baby host with infinitely resummoning gang squads, morale-depleting weapon of great revere and grand acumen, yes, none other than the legendary twin chopping, unable to relent till the final ember falls, devoted everlasting eradicator, the Climax. Easy peasy. Now this invasion was something else. A shining cornucopia of what to do's and how to play, like your life depended on the outcome of a single game. Some next level immersion, to say the least. That backstab I just landed was the only brief moment in this entire invasion, when these two commandos were separated from the hip for longer than a split second. Yes, believe it or not, this was their master level defensive, if you can call it a battle plan, which is another way of saying they were as passive as an oil stain in an abandoned bunker. Toasty warm pyromancy's rarely documented levels of parry spam, and just waiting to unleash the mother of all blenders the moment I close in. The funniest thing, though thoroughly mind-numbing, is that this approach is extremely effective. but of course I never give up, as painfully boring as it is to play against this, gives me a break from the usual chaos and I'm curious to see when they slip up. And the time for slacking was not here yet, oh no. All this time the onion bro was but only still gearing up, warmed up, operating now at optimal temperature, reaching peak level focus. He was ready for his great crescendo. I doubt it could get any more intense than this, so I decide to give them some space, let them possibly progress with me out of their way. And what do? They simply move camp a bit south, now occupying the bonfire, and resume their dug-in, deeply rooted plan. And then, another unseen next level battle maneuver was successfully executed by the Sultan of Sieg Bros, the onion-like Avenger here namely. He stormed in full force, took his best swing at things and equally as promptly retreated back, and I mean all the way back. My best bet would be, as well as my suggestion, is that he post-haste not only quit but also uninstalled the game to boot, thus leaving his chummy companion high and dry. Yes, the baby host was left all alone, meaning the rest of the story here in play was a mere formality. Now if you don't know, and you darn well should, the sisters cleans house like rarely any other, so never go without.